What's happening and when at the Paris Olympics? From day 3 to day 8. Welcome to the Paris 2024 Olympics. As the City of Lights hosts this spectacular event, athletes from around the globe compete for glory and the pursuit of excellence. Join us on latest updates as we take you through the highlights and key events happening day by day at these historic games. From breathtaking performances to record-breaking moments, Paris 2024 promises to be an unforgettable experience. Let's dive into the action. The Paris Olympics are well underway, so what better way to plan ahead than with our day-by-day guide, All Times BST. Team GB has named a squad of 327 athletes, and UK Sport has set a target of 50 to 70 medals at the Games. There will be live coverage of Paris 2024 across the BBC, on TV, radio and online. The Games officially opened at a unique and spectacular opening ceremony along the River Seine on Friday, the 26th of July, and will close on Sunday, the 11th of August. Day 3, Monday, the 29th of July, 19 gold medals. Gold medal events: Archery men's team, Artistic Gymnastics men's team, Canoe Slalom men's C1, Diving men's synchro 10m platform, Equestrian, Eventing jumping team, Eventing jumping individual, Fencing, men foil, women's sabre, Judo, W-57 kilograms, M-73 kilograms, mountain bike, men's cross country, shooting, men's and women's 10m air rifle, skateboard, men's street, swimming, women's 400m individual medley, men's 200m free, men's 100m back, women's 100m breaststroke, women's 200m free. Highlights: Tom Daley, now 30, is back for his 5th Olympic Games representing Team GB. He is paired with 24-year-old Noah Williams in the men's 10m synchro, an event in which Daley won a dramatic Tokyo gold alongside Matty Lee. Daley and Williams are top-ranked coming into Paris 2024, but the rankings do not fully account for the threat from China, whose pairing of Lian Junji and Hao Yang have won the past 3 world titles. The final starts at 10 o'clock. Eventing reaches its last day of action, concluding with show jumping from 10 o'clock. Will GB be able to take back-to-back titles for the first time since 1972? They are well placed with a lead over France in first place following the dressage and cross-country, going into the final event. In swimming, GB's lineup for the men's 200m freestyle is so strong that Tom Dean, who won Olympic gold in Tokyo, does not make the start list. Instead, Team GB will look to 2023 world champion Matt Richards and Tokyo silver medalist Duncan Scott. Watch out for Romania's David Popovici when the final starts at 19:43. Tom Pidcock is in the middle of an exhausting 2024. He arrives at the Paris Olympics immediately after COVID forced him out of the Tour de France, and then he will compete not just in road cycling, but also in mountain biking's cross-country event, which starts at 13:10. Pidcock's electric performance to win this event 3 years ago was a British highlight in Tokyo, and he says defending that title is his priority. In the men's team, gymnastics final, from 16:30, GB have a shot at the podium. Max Whitlock was in the team that won bronze at London 2012 and has since had to endure back-to-back 4th-place Olympic finishes in this event. Brit watch. Adam Burgess was 0.16 seconds away from a medal in Canoe Slalom's C1 event at the Tokyo Games. Burgess has embarked on what he calls Project Send It ahead of Paris, learning to send it a little bit more in the final to make sure he can truly compete for medals on the Olympic stage. Also sending it from 14:30 will be Benjamin Savcek, the Slovenian who won gold in Tokyo and remains one of the top-ranked in the world. In hockey, Ireland's men play Australia at 9 o'clock before GB's women play Australia at 16 o'clock. In rugby sevens, GB's women play South Africa at 13 o'clock. Ireland play Australia at 13:30. World Watch. Rafael Nadal and Novak Djokovic are legends of tennis and face each other for the 60th time in the second round of the Olympics. They have 46 Grand Slam singles titles between them, but would like to add to their impressive CVs with a medal in Paris. Nadal already has a tennis gold medal from Beijing in 2008, but Djokovic hasn't and has put huge focus on triumphing in 2024. They play second on the main show court, Philippe Chatrier. From 16 o'clock, skateboarding's men's street final, postponed from Saturday, could be dominated by Japan. Yuto Horigome is back after winning gold on home soil 3 years ago, and he is joined by 2023 world champion Sora Shirai. French hopes rest with world number 9 and 2022 world champion Aurélien Giraud. For the US, legend of the sport Nyjah Huston is hoping to make up for missing out on a medal in Tokyo. Back at the swimming, the women's 100m breaststroke 2032 could become a battle royale. Team USA's Lily King is back in the mix after winning gold in 2016, as is Tokyo silver medalist Tatjana Smith, while Lithuania's Ruta Meilutytė could also feature. China's Tang Qianting is the world champion and this year's standout performer. Olha Karlan is one of Ukraine's biggest Olympic names, a 4-time world champion in women's sabre and a 4-time Olympic fencing medalist. Karlan qualified for Paris 2024 in unusual circumstances. She did not shake the hand of Russia's Anna Smirnova at last year's World Championships, Smirnova protested, and Karlan was disqualified. The International Olympic Committee stepped in to guarantee Karlan a place at the Games. The women's sabre final, which Karlan will hope to reach, takes place from 2045. Expert knowledge. South Korea are again the dominant force in men's team archery, medal matches from 1548, but there is just a chance that Turkey disrupt that this year. Led by Tokyo individual champion Mete Gazoz, Turkey ranked a lowly 7th after the qualifying round at last year's World Championships, but picked off the Netherlands and Japan in back-to-back come-from-behind victories to set up a final with South Korea. They lost, but Turkey coach Göktürk Ergin has already proclaimed his team ready to fight for medals. It is the country's first Olympic appearance in this event for 24 years. Day 4. Tuesday the 30th of July. 14 gold medals. Gold medal events. Artistic gymnastics, women's team final. Fencing, women's EP team. Judo, women's -63 kilograms, men's -81 kilograms. Rugby sevens, women's. Shooting, mixed team 10m air pistol, men's trap. Surfing, men's and women's. Swimming, women's 100m back, men's 800m free, men's 4x200m free relay. Table tennis, mixed doubles, triathlon, men's individual. Highlights. Top coaches have described the Paris triathlon course as insane. It is at least insane. You start from the Pont Alexandre III bridge in view of the Eiffel Tower, swim 1,500 m in the Seine 2 downstream sections and 1 upstream, then run up a set of posh steps to start the 40 kilometers bike course, which introduced some cobbled stretches into the mix. Lastly, there is a 10 kilometers run back along the same course. It promises to be a spectacular and challenging event, even by Olympic triathlon standards, and GB's Alex Yee will hope to be at the front of the action in the men's event. Yee won Olympic silver in a pulsating Tokyo contest 3 years ago. Norwegian Christian Blumenfelt, who pulled past Yee to win gold that day, is back, but has since moved up to Ironman distance, then back down again, and it remains to be seen if he will master that transition. The race starts at 7 o'clock. Women's team gymnastics is one of the Olympics' worldwide blockbuster events. The United States will expect one of its largest TV audiences of the Games for Simone Biles and compatriots, assuming they qualify for Tuesday's final, which begins at 17:15. Becky Downey, back in the British team for a third Olympics, is tasked with helping to steer GB towards a podium finish. The women's team event is intensely competitive right now, and any of 6 or 7 nations could take a medal, with the absence of Russian athletes also opening up the contest. There is lots going on in swimming's evening session. Team GB have a real chance of gold in the men's 4x200m freestyle relay, having won the Olympic title in Tokyo and the world title in 2023. Tom Dean, James Guy, Matt Richards and Duncan Scott are all veterans of both victories and are in the lineup. The relay starts at 20:59. The women's 100m backstroke at 19:57 is expected to feature Australia's Kaylee McCown, a 3-time champion in Tokyo, against the likes of American Regan Smith and Canada's Kylie Massey. Britwatch. It is day 1 of dressage. Yes, you did just see dressage a few days ago. That was eventing dressage. This is dressage, where GB have an extremely accomplished team. The event begins at 10 o'clock. Freestyle BMX begins with qualifiers featuring GB's Kieran Riley and Charlotte Worthington, 12:25 onward. Riley is the men's world champion, and Worthington is the Olympic champion. In the men's event, France's Anthony Jean-Jean is an imposing threat to Riley, particularly having demonstrated he can entertain a home crowd with a World Cup win in Montpellier leading up the Games. Australia's Logan Martin is defending his Tokyo title. Joe Clark, who won canoe slalom gold in Rio 8 years ago, but was left out of the GB team for Tokyo in 2021, is back for Paris and begins his K1 event with the heats from 15 o'clock. Mallory Franklin, the women's C1 Tokyo silver medalist and world champion, starts her heats at 14 o'clock. GB men's hockey team play the Netherlands, the only team with a better world ranking, in their group at 11:45. Ireland play India at 12:15. Tokyo bronze medalist Matthew Coward-Holley and 2022 world silver medalist Nathan Hales will hope to be in the men's trap shooting final from 14:30. Coward-Holley comes into the Games ranked third in the world behind Spain's Alberto Fernandez and Australia's James Willett. Worldwatch: a win on home turf would give France's Tokyo opening ceremony flagbearer Clarisse Agbenienou a third Olympic judo gold alongside the -63 kilograms and mixed team titles she won 3 years ago. Lucy Renshall is GB's representative in the event. Medal contests from 1649. 3x3 basketball is making its second Olympic appearance after a debut in Tokyo, offering a street version of the game using half a court. Latvia won the first 3x3 Olympic men's title 3 years ago and begin their defense against Lithuania 1735, who proved a surprise package at the 2022 World Championships, getting all the way to the final with victories against teams including France and the US. Surfing presents a dilemma for writers of day-by-day guides. If it starts on Tuesday and goes through the night into Wednesday, where to put it? In case you want to follow the whole thing, the quarter-finals begin at 18 o'clock on Tuesday, the semi-finals will go past midnight, the men's gold medal contest will be at 2:34 on Wednesday, and the women's final will be at 3:15. Remember, this is because the surfing is in Tahiti, which is 12 hours behind France. The US will expect to win the women's surfing title, with the likes of Olympic champion Carissa Moore and world champion Caroline Marks on the team. But watch out for Brazil's Tatiana Weston-Webb, Costa Rica's Brisa Hennessy, and France's Vahine Fierro, who used to live in Tahiti and trains there. On the men's side, Brazil's Gabriel Medina and US surfer John Florence are 2 out of a dozen or more names in with a serious chance of winning. Tahitian Cowley Vast, surfing for France, is an underdog who could exploit his local knowledge. Women's rugby sevens reaches the final at 18:45. Will GB improve on 4th place in Tokyo? Can France go one better than last time and clinch gold on home soil? Will New Zealand be all-conquering again, or can Australia get back to their winning ways of 2016? Expert knowledge. The Dominican Republic's men's football team, whose squad includes Leeds defender Junior Firpo, are playing fellow Olympic debutantes Uzbekistan, 14 o'clock. This might be both teams' best shot at a result if tough encounters against Egypt and Spain do not go their way. Something jaw-dropping happened at Tokyo 2020. China failed to win one of the table tennis gold medals. To put this in perspective, China have won 32 of the 37 Olympic table tennis titles ever contested, and the one they missed in Tokyo was the first the country had not won since 2004. To rub salt into that wound, it was a new event, the mixed doubles, where Japan's Jun Mizutani and Mima Ito pulled off a come-from-behind win over Chinese rivals for gold on home soil. Could China possibly be denied again? Wang Chuqin and Sun Ying-sha are the world #1 ranked duo coming into the Paris 2024 mixed doubles, which concludes with the final at 13:30. Day 5. Wednesday, the 31st of July. 17 gold medals. Gold medal events: artistic gymnastics, men's individual all-around, BMX freestyle, men's and women's, canoe slalom, women's C1, diving, women's synchro 10m platform, fencing, men's sabre team, judo, women's 70 kilograms, men's -90 kilograms, rowing, men's quadruple sculls, women's quadruple sculls, shooting, women's trap, swimming, women's 100m free, men's 200m fly, women's 1500m free, men's 200m breast, men's 100m free, triathlon, women's individual. Highlights: Wednesday is the women's turn to take on the Paris triathlon course from 7 o'clock. Team GB have a very strong team in world champion Beth Potter, Tokyo individual silver medalist Georgia Taylor-Brown, and world top 10-ranked Kate Waugh. France's Cassandra Beaugrand and Emma Lombardi are also contenders for gold at their home games. The men's all-around gymnastics final begins at 16:30, an event where athletes compete on all 6 apparatus to decide the best overall gymnast at the Olympics. Max Whitlock made it onto the Rio podium in this event 8 years ago, but defending champion and multiple world title winner Daiki Hashimoto is the favorite. We reach the freestyle BMX finals from 12:10, where GB's Charlotte Worthington and Kieran Riley are proven champions on the world stage. This is freestyle's second Olympic appearance. To win gold, perform as many tricks as you can in 60 seconds and make sure they are better than anyone else's. Depending on how Tuesday's heats went, Wednesday could bring a medal opportunity for GB's Mallory Franklin in the C1 Women's Canoe Slalom final from 16:25. Australia's Jessica Fox, one of the greatest canoeists of all time and the Tokyo champion, will be one of Franklin's biggest rivals. Watch out for Elena Lilich, who beat Andrea Herzog, Tokyo's bronze medalist, to claim Germany's sole entry in this event. Brit watch. Rowing's quadruple sculls finals begin at 11:26. Britain are the world champions in the women's event and picked up 2022 world silver in the men's race. In shooting, Lucy Hall, a European silver medalist in 2022, will hope to feature in the women's trap final at 14:30. Jemima Yates-Brown lost her sister and biggest fan Jenny to brain cancer just after winning Commonwealth Judo bronze in 2022. Yates-Brown says that has helped inspire a life's too short approach to competing that helped her secure 5th at the World Championships in 2023. She fights in the minus 70 kilograms category, where medal contests start at 16:18. In hockey, GB's women play South Africa at 9:30. World Watch. The 100m freestyle contest at the pool, 21:15, is a chance to see Caleb Dressel, regarded as one of the greatest sprinters in US and world swimming, defending his Tokyo title. There is a lot of hype coming into Paris about David Popovici, a superstar of the Romanian team, but he had a tough 2023. This is a chance for Popovici to make an impact after finishing 7th in Tokyo aged just 16, while Matt Richards and Duncan Scott swim for GB. Also watch for Anna Hopkin in the women's 100m freestyle, 19:30, James Wilby in the men's 200m breaststroke, 21:08, and American Katie Ledecky in the women's 1,500m free, 20:04. In men's basketball, the US South Sudan game, 20 o'clock, pits one of the most dominant teams in Olympic history against a first-time entrant. South Sudan became an independent state in 2011, and its basketball federation joined world governing body FIBA in 2013, so getting to the Olympics about a decade later is pretty good going, to put it mildly. At the heart of that story, Luol Deng, who played basketball for GB at London 2012. Deng, who spent a decade playing for the NBA's Chicago Bulls, holds British and South Sudanese citizenship. For years as a coach, he has been a driving force and financial force behind the South Sudan team's rise to Olympic status. Facing the US in Paris may be the pinnacle of that incredible story arc. Expert knowledge. Lois Toulson and Andrea Spendolini Syriacs come into Paris 2024 as history makers before they even start their first dive. The duo won world silver last year, the first time Britain had won any women's diving medal at that level. If they win another medal here, the women's 10m synchro diving final starts at 10 o'clock. Day 6. Thursday, the 1st of August, 18. Gold medals. Gold medal events: artistic gymnastics, women's individual all-around, athletics, men's and women's 20 kilometers race walk, canoe slalom, men K1, fencing, women's foil team, judo, women's minus 78 kilograms, men's minus 100 kilograms, rowing, women's double sculls, men's double sculls, women's coxless 4, men's coxless 4, sailing, men's and women's skiff, shooting, men's 50m rifle 3 positions, and swimming, women's 200m fly, men's 200m back, women's 200m breast, women's 4x200m free relay. Highlights: British rowers are used to heaps of gold medals, more than 30 of them in Olympic rowing. GB were the top rowing nation at Beijing 2008, London 2012 and Rio 2016. Then came Tokyo and not one gold. They were 14th in the rowing medal table, which was a shock. Thursday might be the day we know if the Brits are turning that ship around. Helen Glover will hope to lead an impressive women's four in the final at 10:50, while the men's four won the world title in both 2022 and 2023. Their final is at 11:10. The space of about half an hour could play a huge role in deciding if this Olympic regatta is a GB return to form. The rowers are not the only ones who had a Tokyo to forget. Joe Clark did not make the team despite being the defending Olympic champion in K1 slalom canoeing. Now he is back and will hope to be a big factor in the Paris final from 16:30. The women's all-around gymnastics final at 17:15 could see some remarkable history being made. If they are both healthy and nominated for this event, American duo Simone Biles and Sunisa Lee could make this the first women's all-around final in which the past two Olympic champions have competed. Biles won in 2016, followed by Lee in 2020. If either of them wins gold, they will be the first woman to win multiple Olympic all-around titles since Vera Kozłowska in 1964 and 1968. Britwatch. Golf found its way back onto the Olympic schedule in 2016 after more than a century in the wilderness, or perhaps deep rough. At Paris 2024, the course is l'Albatros at Le Golf National in the Paris suburbs, which hosted the Ryder Cup in 2018. The first round of the men's event starts at 8 o'clock and features GB's Matt Fitzpatrick and Tommy Fleetwood, Ireland's Rory McIlroy, and a host of the sport's other big names. Luke Greenbank will hope to better his Tokyo bronze medal in the men's 200m backstroke, 1937, at the pool. Meanwhile, Team GB have been top four material of late in the women's 4x200m freestyle relay, so could pose a medal threat there too, 2048. Beth Shriver has remained dominant in BMX racing since winning Olympic gold in Tokyo. However, she fractured her collarbone at the Sports World Championships in May, meaning one of GB's big medal hopes has faced a race against time. From 1920, we will see how that comeback has progressed as the early stages of her event take place. In the men's event, Olympic and world silver medalist Kai White is returning from a back injury of his own. In hockey, GB's men take on hosts France at 11:45, Ireland's men play Argentina at 12:15, and GB's women face the US at 16 o'clock. Show jumping begins with the team qualifier from 10 o'clock. Scott Brash and Ben Maher, who were part of Britain's gold medal winning team at London 2012, are joined this time around by Harry Charles. World Watch. Back at the pool, Katie Ledecky may have a shot at some Olympic history by this point in the Games. If she has won 2 medals by this point, very possible, given the 200m free and 400m free will have been and gone, and she has won golds in both in the past. Then a medal in the 4x200m freestyle relay, 2048, would be her 13th overall, a record for a US female Olympian. 3 American women, all of them swimmers, have previously reached 12, Jenny Thompson, Dara Torres, and Natalie Coughlin. The men's and women's 20 kilometers racewalks begin at 6:30 and 8:20 respectively. Chinese veteran Liu Hong, the 2016 women's champion, is trying to end a run of 5 years' ages by her standards, without a major title. Spain's Maria Perez is the world champion, having been on the brink of quitting the sport in 2022 after back-to-back disqualifications at that year's European and World Championships. Another Spanish athlete, Alvaro Martin, is the men's world champion. At Roland Garros, we reach the first tennis semi-finals from 11 o'clock. Expert knowledge. The first sailing medals of the Games will be awarded in the skiff class. For the men, this means the 49 ER, and for the women it is the 49 AR FX, a version designed to work with a lighter 2-person crew than the 49 ER. Saskia Tidey is at her 3rd Olympics and representing her 2nd country in sailing. Tidey sailed for Ireland in 2016, then switched to GB for Tokyo once it became apparent that she had no suitable Irish partner available in the 2-person event. Tidey and GB teammate Charlotte Dobson finished 6th 3 years ago, and now Tidey is back with new partner Freya Black. The two were European bronze medalists in May. GB's James Peters and Finn Sterrett, in the men's event, said before the Games they had been trying to put on weight after realizing they were one of the lighter boats in the men's fleet. Britain are the defending champions in this event after Dylan Fletcher and Stuart Bithell won gold 3 years ago. Day 7, Friday the 2nd of August, 23 gold medals. Gold medal events: Archery, mixed team, athletics, men's 10,000 m, badminton, mixed doubles, BMX racing, men's and women's, diving, men's synchro 3m springboard, equestrian, jumping team, fencing, men's épée team, judo, women's plus 78 kg, men's plus 100 kg, rowing, men's coxless pair, women's coxless pair, men's lightweight double sculls, women's lightweight double sculls, sailing, men's and women's windsurfing, shooting, women's 50m rifle 3 positions, swimming, men's 50m free, women's 200m back, men's 200m individual medley, tennis, mixed doubles, trampoline gymnastics, women's and men's. Highlights: Keely Hodgkinson, tipped to be one of Team GB's biggest stars in Paris, appears for the first time in the 800m heats from 1845. The 22-year-old is hoping to upgrade Tokyo silver to gold in 2024. Earlier, Dina Asher-Smith will be in the opening stages of the women's 100m from 1050. She, like Hodgkinson, won the European title in her event last month. Jack Laufer will dive with his third different partner in as many Olympics when he competes in the men's 3m synchro diving from 10 o'clock. Anthony Harding is Laufer's teammate this time. They have won 2 world silver medals together, each time behind China. Laufer won this event with Chris Mears at Rio 2016. It is BMX racing finals day. If Beth Shriver and Kai White have recovered from pre-games injuries and are still in the running, they will have to negotiate the semi-finals before the gold medal races from 2035. Both riders are in the world's top 6. France have a trio of highly rated riders on the men's side, while Australia's Saya Sakakibara is seeking redemption in the women's event after a semi-final crash in Tokyo. Bryony Page stunned the field when she took the first Olympic trampoline medal in Britain's history, silver in 2016. She added bronze in Tokyo and has won 2 of the past 3 world titles, setting up one another bid for gold aged 33, before she pursues her dream of joining the acrobats at Cirque du Soleil. Qualifying is at 11 o'clock before the final at 12:50. Lightweight scullers, Emily Craig and Imogen Grant, missed a medal in the women's lightweight double sculls by 0.01 seconds in Tokyo. Since then, they have won back-to-back world titles and are considered one of the British rowing team's best hopes for gold in Paris. The final takes place at 11:22. In sailing, windsurfing reaches its final day. This year's windsurfing event involves a new class, IQ foil, which replaces the old RSX class. The way the IOC explains the difference is that, instead of floating, the board appears to fly in the IQ foil class because of hydrofoils that lift the board out of the water at certain speeds. Emma Wilson, who won RSX bronze in Tokyo, has world silver and bronze medals in IQ foil and will hope to be going for a podium place on Friday. Britwatch. Swimming on Friday features GB's Ben Proud versus American Caleb Dressel in the men's 50m freestyle, final at 19:30. Dressel is the Tokyo Olympic champion, while Proud has a gold and 2 bronzes from the past 3 world championships. Australia's Cameron McEvoy will also be hoping for a medal. In shooting, world number 1, Sinead McIntosh takes aim in the women's 50m rifle 3 positions from 8:30. The 3 positions part means you shoot kneeling, prone, lying down, and standing. Friday's equestrian highlight is the team jumping final at 13 o'clock, featuring a British team who took world bronze behind Sweden and the Netherlands in 2022. In hockey, Ireland's men play New Zealand at 16 o'clock, followed by GB against Germany at 19:15. World Watch. Returning to the pool, the men's 200m individual medley, 1949, offers an opportunity for French swimming star Léon Marchand to try to surpass Ryan Locht's world record time. Locht's record is 1 minute 54.00 seconds, while Marchand got down to 1:54.82 in winning world gold ahead of GB's Duncan Scott and Tom Dean last year. Tokyo silver medalists Scott and Dean will hope to make the Paris final, while Tokyo champion Wang Shun of China is back. In the men's 50m freestyle, France will be cheering for Florent Menardou, London 2012 gold medalist in the event, and one of the host's 2 flag bearers at the opening ceremony. Uganda's Joshua Cheptegei has dominated the men's 10,000 m, but was beaten by Ethiopia's Selemon Barega in an extraordinarily humid Tokyo 2020 final. Both are back for 2024, and this is the only title on offer during the opening night of Athletics 2020. Badminton's mixed doubles final, 15-10, is highly likely to have at least one Chinese entry, and it would be no surprise if, like Tokyo, the final was between 2 Chinese teams. 3 years ago, Zheng Siwei and Huang Yaqiong were defeated by Wang Yiliu and Huang Dongping. Gold medalist Wang has since retired, so silver medalists Zheng and Huang Yaqiong may end up facing Huang Dongping and new partner Feng Yanjie this time around. Archery's mixed team final takes place from 15:43. In Tokyo, an arrow from South Korea's Ansan hit and split an arrow shot by teammate Kim Jae-deok on their way to gold in this event. This is almost impossible to achieve and is known as a Robin Hood arrow. According to World Archery, this may have been the first time a Robin Hood arrow was ever filmed in competition. The 2 arrows are now on display at the Olympic Museum in Lausanne, Switzerland. Tennis reaches the mixed doubles final and men's singles semi-finals, 11 o'clock to 20 o'clock. The men's football quarter-finals take place in Paris, Lyon, Marseille and Bordeaux, with kickoffs between 14 o'clock and 20 o'clock. In women's 3x3 basketball, 2 of the world's top-ranked nations, France and the US, meet at 12 o'clock. Expert knowledge. Teddy Riner will try to equal the Olympic judo record for 3 individual gold medals in front of his home crowd. The 100-plus kg event's medal rounds begin at 16:49. Reiner is virtually unbeatable. Between September 2010 and February 2020, he won 154 consecutive contests. At the Tokyo Olympics, he had to settle for bronze after losing to Russia's Tamerlan Bashayev, his first defeat at the Games since 2008. He has not lost at Grand Slam or World Championship level since Tokyo. Day 8, Saturday the 3rd of August, 27 gold medals. Gold medal events. Archery, women's individual, artistic gymnastics, men's floor, women's vault, men's pommel horse finals, athletics, men's shot put, women's triple jump, mixed 4x400m relay, women's 100m, men's decathlon, badminton, women's doubles, equestrian, dressage Grand Prix special team, fencing, women's sabre team, judo, mixed team, road cycling, men's road race, rowing, women's single sculls, men's single sculls, women's 8, men's 8, shooting, women's 25m pistol, men's skeet, swimming, men's 100m fly, women's 200m individual medley, women's 800m free, mixed 4x100m medley relay, table tennis, women's singles, tennis, women's singles, men's doubles. Highlights. Britain's fastest female sprinter, Dinah Asher Smith, will hope to line up in the 100m final at 2020. Asher Smith has changed coach and moved to train in Texas since a disappointing 8th place in last year's world final. "I want to win the Olympics and I want to run really fast," she has said. Big rivals include US sprinter Sha'Carri Richardson and Jamaica's Shericka Jackson. Richardson has the year's leading mark of 10.71 seconds. At 16:10, the pommel horse final is Max Whitlock's chance to deliver on his aim of an unprecedented 4th consecutive medal on the same gymnastics apparatus. Ireland's world champion and pommel horse specialist Rhys McClenaghan will have his sights on gold. The women's vault final, 15:20, may feature Simone Biles, the Rio 2016 champion, returning to an event from which she withdrew in Tokyo. This is the last day of rowing, and the very last final on the list is the men's 8, 10:10. Britain won this event in 2016, but New Zealand were the winners in Tokyo. GB have recovered to win the past 2 world titles. Defending champions Canada, Romania and the US are contenders in the women's 8, 950. Dressage's team event concludes from 9 o'clock. GB have not been off the Olympic podium since a memorable victory at London 2012, but can they get back to the top step? Brit watch. It is the penultimate night at the pool. GB smashed the world record to win the mixed 4x100m medley relay, 2033, when it was held for the first time at the Tokyo Games. This is a great relay to watch as there is a heap of strategy involved in looking at your team's strengths and weaknesses, then deciding who you put on which leg. It is often not clear which team's plan is paying off until the final moments. Cycling returns with the men's road race, 10 o'clock. GB have qualified a full four-man team that features Tom Pidcock, who only just competed in Olympic mountain biking last week, never mind half of the Tour de France before dropping out with COVID. The course reaches a climax with 3 laps of cobbled climb before a downhill stretch and a sprint towards the Trocadero. Kayak cross is new at the Olympics. If you have seen snowboard cross at the Winter Olympics, then yes, that except in whitewater. Instead of the usual Olympic slalom canoeing against the clock, paddlers race each other to the finish. They have to turn around in whitewater, flip their boats and perform all sorts of other maneuvers along the way. The opening rounds begin at 14:30, and Team GB have some of the world's best athletes. Saturday's hockey includes GB's women versus Argentina at 9 o'clock. World Watch. Serena Williams, Monica Puig and Belinda Bencic are your last 3 women's singles tennis champions at the Olympics. Who will it be this time? World number 1 IGA, Swiatek has Olympic success in her blood. Her dad, Tomasz Swiatek, was a rower for Poland at Seoul 1988. The hosts will pin their hopes on Caroline Garcia making it this far. This is also the day of the men's doubles final, an event that includes Andy Murray and Dan Evans, plus Joe Salisbury and Neil Skupski for GB. Elsewhere in the night's swimming action, Katie Ledecky has a shot at a 4th consecutive gold in the women's 800m freestyle, 2009. It could be close, though. Last time, in Tokyo, Ariarne Titmus was just a second behind her, the first time anyone had been within 4 seconds of Ledecky in an Olympic final over this distance. On the track, the men's 100m first round from 10:45 allows us a first look at world champion Noah Lyles and Christian Coleman, both representing the US, as well as GB trio Jarnell Hughes, Louis Hinchliffe and Jeremiah Azu. Keep an eye out for Africa's fastest man, Ferdinand Omanyala of Kenya, and Jamaican title challenger Keishane Thompson. The decathlon concludes with the 1,500m race at 20:45. France's Kevin Mayer, a silver medalist in Tokyo and Rio, will be trying to upgrade that on home soil, although teammate Macon Sangletti comes in with a better world ranking. Canada, boasting Olympic champion Damian Warner and world champion Pierce LePage, will be tough to beat. Badminton's women's doubles is a big target for Indonesia. Apriyani Rahayu won Tokyo gold with Gracia Poli and is now paired with Siti Fadia Silva Ramadanti after Poli's retirement. China's Chen Qingchen and Jia Yifan are the favourites. The 2 teams meet each other in the group stages, which may help set the scene for Saturday's final, 15:10. Women football reaches the quarter-final stage with games kicking off at 14 o'clock, 16 o'clock, 18 o'clock, and 20 o'clock. Expert knowledge. Ledecky is not the only athlete capable of racking up a 4th gold medal in an event on Saturday. Skeet shooter Vincent Hancock won gold in Beijing, London, and Tokyo for the US, a remarkable record marred only by finishing 15th in Rio. This time around, Hancock is coming in ranked 17th in the world. As of the start of Saturday, only 6 people have won the same individual event 4 times at the Olympics. Denmark's Paul Elvström in sailing, Americans Al Oerter and Carl Lewis in athletics, Japan's Kaori Icho and Cuba's Mijane Lopez in wrestling, and Michael Phelps for the US in swimming. Nobody has ever won the same individual event 5 times at the Olympics, although it could happen in Paris, see Tuesday the 6th of August. Ledecky at LA 2028, anyone? As we look back at the incredible moments of the Paris 2024 Olympics, we celebrate the dedication, passion, and resilience of all the athletes who have competed. From record-breaking feats to inspiring stories, these games have truly been a testament to the human spirit. Thank you for joining us on latest updates for this journey through the Paris 2024 Olympics. Until next time, let's keep the Olympic spirit alive and continue to be inspired by the world's greatest athletes. See you at the next Olympic Games. Stay tuned to latest updates for more exciting coverage and stories from around the world. Subscribe to our channel. Day 9 will continue in next video. Thanks for watching.